Hello, everybody. Welcome to AC Milan TV News. My name is Bruno, and we finally won. I'm so freaking happy right now because it's been a while. It's been a while since we won a game, and we, even though we won, it was difficult. It was very difficult, and we got to question Giampaolo because last week Leon had an amazing game against Fiorentina, and he got dropped to the bench this week, and I don't understand what's going on with Giampaolo. What is going on in his head, really? Because he dropped our best player. Leon is our best player, and we can see the difference. As soon as Paqueta and Leon came into the field, we saw a completely different AC Milan. It still wasn't pretty, but it was much better in the first half. We were getting dominated in the first half. It was all Genoa. It was all Genoa in the first half. We had very few shots on target. Suso kind of had a few target practices with the goalkeeper, but that's about it. And I was happy that Bonaventura did play. I know he's rusty, and I was glad. But Leon was not a place to drop. I think Suso was supposed to be dropped in this game. He's not playing well. Let Bonaventura play, but let Leon stay on the field. That kid has to stay on the field for 90 minutes. He is by far best player. He's so creative, so skillful. So is Paqueta. And Paqueta created so much problem in midfield. All they could do is foul him, and they had so many yellow cards from Paqueta. It got to a point where he got the ball and they pushed him because they don't know what the hell he's gonna do, and that's what we need. We need creativity. We need a person that can drive the ball forward, not Çalhanoğlu that's passing the ball side to side. I do like Çalhanoğlu, I do like Piątek, but they're not fitting well with the system. Paqueta was on our 18-yard box, gets the ball, turns around, and runs forward trying to get Leon. And that's what we're missing. So we need to be playing these players from the start. And hopefully Giampaolo wakes up and he sees that there was a dramatic change from the first to the second half. We still got to improve in a few things, but it was a lot better. He has to change Çalhanoğlu. Çalhanoğlu has to be starting on the bench. And I'm not sure if Piątek has to be starting on the bench, but Leon has to be playing every single game. That is a must. It was a complete different game. So, the one problem I had was Calabria, because Calabria again got a red card, causes problems, put us in an awkward situation that we didn't need to be. And this is the second red card he got in 7 games. So I think Calabria has to be accountable for that. Maybe we got to drop him. And I'm confused with Calabria because Calabria was such a good player last year. I mean, that's stretching a little bit. He wasn't amazing, but he was at least average. Okay, he was crossing the ball. He was creating chances. He was defensively sound. Right now, players are going through him. Calabria has a lot of question marks. Okay, going forward, he has question marks. Defensively, he has question marks. That foul that he got the red card for, it was on the right side of the field. He didn't even need to do that. So he has to be accountable for something here. And 2 red cards from 7 games is just not good enough. So Giampaolo has to do some kind of change here. Even Conte's not playing well, but he has to play over Calabria. He really does, because Calabria has to be sitting on the bench for a few matches to realize that his place is not permanent. He does not have a permanent place on this side. So I wish that Conte does play a little bit more, even though I don't rate him too much. I don't think he's doing too well. But Calabria needs the competition, and I think that's going to be important for him to sit on the bench for a little bit. For Piątek, I think Piątek is a good player. He does score goals for us, but the team that we have right now does not fit his style of play. We need a player like Leon that can go and have the movements that he does, because Piątek is very static. He needs to be sitting in the 18-yard box to score goals. He needs people to create chances for him, and we're not doing that. So under Giampaolo, Piątek is not working. I'm not saying Piątek is a bad player, because he's not a bad player. But in this formation, it's not working out, because the ball never reaches him. He doesn't move at all. He's very static. He doesn't do anything else other than score goals that have to be handled to him. So we need players more creative so he can play at his full potential. When Leon came into the field, we can see the difference. Leon was coming back, pushing defenders back. So Bonaventura, Suso, Paqueta, whoever can move past them and have more chances in the 18-yard box. And it's so obvious because Leão was moving everywhere, and defenders don't know what the hell to do with him. That penalty kick, he's just so creative, so skillful, unpredictable. That is what we need, unpredictability. Paquetá, unpredictable. He just does. He's crazy in midfield. That guy's crazy. He gets the ball whenever he wants the ball, and he creates so many chances. And if Giampaolo doesn't wake up after this, because it was a major difference, something's wrong with him. He needs to start those two players. Calhanoglu has to be on the bench. Piątek, I think, has to be sitting for a little bit. If he's not Piątek, Suso has to be sitting. Leão has to be starting every game, playing 90 minutes, because he has been our best player for the last 2 matches. Today, 45 minutes, I thought he was amazing. He was by far one of the best players on the field. If he doesn't start, something's wrong. Something's going on over there because he is talent, and I want to see him play as much as possible. And us as fans, we saw this in preseason, and that's what scares me a little bit because he didn't play much in preseason, but we saw that he was very good in preseason. For him not to be playing 90 minutes yet is concerning, and I think Giampaolo has to do something here. He has to be playing this kid 90 minutes every single game until he messes up. Really, until he messes up, play him as much as possible. For Giampaolo, I'm a little bit confused with Giampaolo. I still think that he might not be the right person for the job, especially the way he started today. It was just very weird to start with the team that he did today. I like Bonaventura. Okay, I like Bonaventura. I think he's an excellent player, but he's coming back from an injury. He's very rusty. I would have dropped Suso and put Leão and Bonaventura together. That's what I would have done to begin with. I would have put Bonaventura, Leão, and Piątek up front. Paquetá on the left with Bennacer and Biglia. That's my opinion. That's how I would play the game today. I would never have dropped Leão because Leão is being fantastic as of late. Suso hasn't been playing very well, and he keeps picking Suso over and over again. I think he needs a break. So I'm hoping from now on he sees it that the way the team has to play, because we still got to improve. Okay, we played well in the second half, but wasn't perfect. It wasn't that great. We had a few sparks here and there, but we have some concerns like Calabria, Kessie, Biglia. I don't know yet. I thought he did okay, but we still have concerns. We still need new players to take over. I think Bennacer should be starting, even though he didn't play very well last game, but he is a good player. He needs Paquetá next to him to be... I actually want to see Bennacer and Paquetá playing together to see what kind of football we can play with them. I think it'll be very exciting playing with those two players. And then in January, we do have to find another midfielder to take over Cassia's place. Because I don't think Cassia is good enough. I don't think that's what we need. Even though he did score the goal today, the penalty kick, he's just he's better than Calhanoglu, okay? He's a better player than Calhanoglu. But he is very straightforward. He's very predictable. Stamina, excellent. Hard work, excellent. He can hold the ball, yes. But that's all he does. He can't do anything else, really. Crossing is not very good. Shooting is not very good. Skill-wise, not very good. Not very skillful. So we need someone that's more skillful, more creative in his position. So let's go for the player ratings because that's all I really have for you guys. So let's see. Reina. So Reina did cause us some problems today. Again, he's rusty. I don't really fault him too much because he hasn't been playing games. But he did save us in the 93rd minute. So I was going to give him about a 3 or 4. But because he did save us, I'll give him a 5. He did cause the first goal. And he did cause a penalty. But he kind of paid us off with the save at the 93rd minute. And I think getting a save like that in the 93rd minute with the pressure when you messed up twice is a big deal. It's very hard for a goalkeeper that just gave away a penalty kick to save something like that. And I appreciate him for doing that. I think that was excellent. On the right side, I think Calabria was probably he's probably the worst player on the field. He got the red card again. The people are going by him left and right. Going forward, he cannot cross the ball. He doesn't really support Suso too much. Him and Cassier playing together is kind of iffy. It's a little bit strange because Cassier doesn't have a lot of skills, and Calabria, he just goes forward. And I don't know. I just don't like how Calabria is playing right now. I'm going to give him a 3 because I think he was the worst player on the field. Duarte, I think he played very well for his first game, starting game. I think he's better than Musacchio. I think he should be playing more and be more confident with Romagnoli. Musacchio just caused too many mistakes. We got to get rid of Musacchio. Duarte is a better player. So leave him there. I give him a 6. Romagnoli, they didn't really do much wrong. Did the same thing that he does every match. He's always excellent. Very few games that he was below par. So I'm going to give him a 7. Theo Hernandez, much better than Rodriguez going forward. Much better defensively. Amazing goal. Very quick thinking. And I like players like that. They have the quick thinking, going forward, fast pace, causing problems. And I'm going to give him a 7 because he did very good today. Now, Biglia didn't do anything wrong. Got a silly yellow card. I still think Benazir should start over Biglia, but I give him a 6. Cassier scored a penalty kick, but he's Cassier. He's playing the same way every week. Very straightforward, very predictable. Give him a 6. He really didn't do much wrong. He scored a penalty kick for the win. Yeah, I'll give him a 6. Çalhanoğlu, another terrible player. I give him a 3. And Çalhanoğlu, honestly, I don't think I ever gave him above a 5 this season. I really don't think I gave him anything over a 5 because he's been awful this season and he should be benched. It boggles me how he starts every game. And I'm sure everybody's questioning that. How can he start over Paquetá? It makes no sense. Bonaventura, very rusty. I'm going to give you a little bit lenient with him because he is very good. He was trying to create stuff. I'm going to give him an average 5. Suso, again, try a few things, had a few sparks. His shooting is a little bit worse today, but he tried. I'll give him a 5. He's not playing very well, though. Piątek, I'm giving him 4 because he's not playing well, not moving, very static, easy to defend against. Giampaolo really has to drop him as well. He, at least for a few games, put him on the bench so he knows that his place is not permanent. Like Calabria, his place is not permanent. He can be subbed out. So Leão should be starting over him. So I'll give him a 4. Now for substitutions, I'm not going to rate Conte because he wasn't in the field for too long, but he didn't do much wrong. Paquetá and Leão changed the whole game. They're very skillful. They want to attack. They want to create. Leão was, I think, man of the match. He is amazing, and he should be playing every game. He is on the left side of the field, the right side of the field, midfield. He's dragging defenders back, forward. He's creating space. He's just everywhere. He's so skillful. I just like watching him. He gives me joy. He's one bright star for AC Milan. Paquetá as well, but he is amazing. So Paquetá, I'm going to give it a 7. And Leão, I'm going to give him man of the match. I'm going to give it an 8. For Giampaolo, I think first half, that lineup was awful. Starting Bonaventura with players that not doing well, like Çalhanoğlu, Suso, and Piątek was a mistake. If he's going to start Bonaventura, start with players that are doing well, like Piątek, like Leão and Paquetá. So for first half, I'll give him a 2. For the second half, I think the substitutions were on point. I think he saved his job, but there's no substitutions. I'll give him a 7 for the second half. Only because he shouldn't even have to make those substitutions. He could have been in a really bad spot, but he wasted 2 substitutions at halftime because those players should be starting in the first place. So I give him a 7. And then as an overall for him, I think a 5, an average score for Giampaolo. But that's all I got for you guys today. Please come in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think about this game because it was a very crazy game. Too many red cards, yellow cards. It was just a crazy game. Penalty saved, penalty scored. Let me know what you guys think. Please like the video, subscribe, share the video because sharing does help. And thanks for your time. I'll see you guys in the next video.